Aloha! In this video we are going to work on the UH system application process. This is an important step because it is how students apply to the UH system of colleges, and it is also how they generate the student's unique UH ID number, which will be necessary to enroll students into their early college classes. Now the first step is to go to the website apply.hawaii.edu. You can see it up here on my screen. Now, when you go to the site, you should see this screen here. Now, students can use this to apply to any of the UH system colleges which are offering early college classes that they are eligible to take. When you enter this website, you should see this screen here. Now, on the right hand side, we have the community colleges, so students can apply to the community colleges here. And on the left hand side, we have the universities. Now, if students are applying to a community college and a university, they need to do two separate applications. For the purpose of this video though, we're going to focus on the university side, and we're going to click on West Oahu, which is the last option. Once you do that, students will be redirected to this screen. Now, if students have never taken an early college class before, nor have they applied to a university, they'll need to click on this link here, which says create a login ID and PIN number. When you have your students do this, they'll be taken to this screen here. In the login ID, they can create a ID that will be up to 9 alphanumeric characters, so a combination of letters and digits. I recommend in this case they use their names as well as a few digits. Once they do this, they will also need to create a PIN number. So the PIN number must be 6 digits long, and for this one I recommend that students use their birth dates. So for example, a 2-digit month, a 2-digit day, and a 2-digit year. I recommend this in case students need to do multiple applications to different UH colleges. Now if a student is a returning student, meaning that they have previously taken early college classes before, they will go ahead and enter their login ID number and PIN. Once students log in, they'll need to click on New and to create their application. Over here, students will need to choose their institution. Again, for the purpose of this video, we're going to be applying to University of Hawaii at West Oahu. So under institution, we're going to look up University of Hawaii, West Oahu. And under site, this is important, we're going to say UH West Oahu Main Campus, and then press continue. Now this is a very important part over here. Under application type, you're going to have students select non-degree and summer school. Now no matter if this is a class that students will be taking in the fall semester or the spring semester, have them select non-degree and summer school, because this waives the application fee of $50. So if students select this, they will not have to pay a $50 application fee, and I'll code them as an early college student. Now once they do this, press continue. Lastly, over here, we're going to make sure that students type in their name, so first name and their last name, and they're going to select their admissions term. For the purpose of this video, we're going to be applying for fall 2020. Once we do this, we're going to press fill out application. Now I want to show you the application checklist field over here. As you can see, we have a lot of blue bubbles with eyes over here. As we slowly fill out this field, these blue bubbles will eventually turn into red check marks, which indicate that that field is incomplete. Right now, they are all blue, which means that this is incomplete. So we're going to begin with the easiest one, which is the name. Under name, just make sure the students type in their first name and their last name. They do not need to put in any other fields over here. They'll press continue. And really quickly, I want to show the checklist. And as you can see, students, the red check mark is up now for the name and the permanent address. Now over here, again, we're going to make sure that students put in their street line, their city, the state, which will be Hawaii, their zip code, and a phone number. They do not need to put in anything else. If students get their postal mail mailed to this address, they're going to click on this button over here, which says use this information for my mailing address. If they do not get mail at this address, they'll need to put in a PO box number. Have students press continue. And over here, we're under personal information, we're going to begin filling out all this field. So to begin, under U.S. citizenship status, we're going to say U.S. citizen. Under email, we're just going to create an email real quick, or put in an email. In this field over here, all students need to do is say yes that they have read this message, and this will acknowledge it. Under Social Security, they do not need to put their Social Security, and gender is optional. Under ethnicity, they can put down if they're Hispanic or Latino, or non-Hispanic and non-Latino. For races, have students select all races that apply to them. In this section over here, students will need to put in their birth date. So we're going to say, for example, January 1st, 2005. Under birthplace, I'm going to write Hawaii. In this section over here, students will have to answer if their ancestors were Native Hawaiian or not, and they'll keep scrolling down. In this section over here, students will need to say if they are located in the European Union or not. So since these are college students, the answer should be no. For the rest of these questions, students do not need to put anything. They can leave this field blank and leave it as a no response. Simply press continue. In this field over here, students can skip this page if they are already a US citizen. So if you're born and raised in the United States or its territories such as Puerto Rico, then you do not need to do this. You can skip this and press continue. Now section A is the most difficult of the sections, and is also the longest one to complete. It is a residency declaration. So to begin with, we're going to say that we are claiming residency in Hawaii since our birth date. So we'll say 01/05. So whenever you do this part, it has to be a 2-digit month and a 2-digit year. In this field over here, you're going to say yes, you have been present. No, you have not filed taxes because you aren't a college student, so you have not yet filed taxes. And you're probably not 18, so you don't need to vote, or have not yet voted. And more than likely, your parents claim you on their personal income tax. So if you say yes to this question, you're going to say Hawaii. And for this last question, you're more likely going to say yes, so put yes, and then you're going to have your parents fill out section A2. Now for parents, more than often than not, they're going to say yes to all these questions. And lastly, they're going to say the relationship to the child. Make sure that parents put in the date that this is being completed on. For section B, this is very easy. You're going to say no. So students say no and skip all the way to section C. Section C is also very easy. You're going to scroll all the way down and you're going to press none of the above exemptions apply to me. And then you're going to press continue. Now this is another very important section over here to complete. It's also very easy to do, but very easy to make a mistake on. So under planned course of study, you're going to say that you're early college, running start, and early admit. You're going to enter concentration, so press that button, and do not press anything else. Simply scroll down and press continue. Once we're here, we can autofill these things over here. So for me, this autofilled, but what you can do as a student, if this doesn't autofill for you, is look up high school code. So press that. You're going to press the state, and you're going to press next. So for example, I'm going to select Kapolei. Press next. Under high school name, I'm going to say Kapolei High School. And now it autofills this entire section for me. So again, for this part over here, have your guardian's initial. This will acknowledge that they have read through this and that they have helped you. Now you're going to press continue. For this section, you do not need to do anything. So you just scroll down, press continue. And as you can see, we have all red check marks, which means that everything is now complete. So simply press application is complete, and then submit application. That is it for this video. I hope you find it helpful. Mahalo.